Hello and welcome to Craftiosity, the subscription box of modern craft kits. This month we're working with needle felting to make this lovely little bowl, inspired by merlons covered with heather. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Inside your kit you'll find soft wool, 2 polystyrene eggs, embroidery thread, needle felting needles and a sewing needle. Your felting needles are incredibly sharp. Please be careful when using them and keep your fingers out of the way of the needle. The needles have little barbs on them. When you push the needle into your wool, it binds it together to felt it. Open out the raspberry coloured wool and wrap one end around the bottom of the egg twice. Cut off the excess wool with scissors. Use the felting needle to stab through the wool where it joins. Start slowly and steadily to begin binding the wool together. On the bottom of the egg, pull the edges of the wool down so they cover the base, then stab them into place with your needle. For your first run through, you're just aiming to get it to start binding together. When you stab into the egg, try not to go too deep, just enough to get through the wool. You might only need one of the eggs, but if you find you've stabbed your egg too much and it's disintegrated, the second egg can be swapped over. Once you have a vague bowl shape, work into the wool with the felting needle by stabbing it repeatedly. You can see here that most of the lower part of the bowl has been felted, with the top still to do. To felt the top section and rim, set the bowl upright and stab down into the felt with the needle. To felt the inside edges of the rim, use the tip of the needle to push the wool down inside the bowl. Now your structure is complete. Keep felting until your wool is tight and solidly together. It should look something like this. Cut off a small section of the lilac wool and tease it out. Wrap the lilac section around the bowl about halfway up. Use a felting needle to secure the lilac felt into the bowl once you've placed it. Trim off any excess, staggering the cut, then felt it in. To create wispy clouds, take a very small section of the lilac wool and separate it out so it's hazy. Position this onto the top half of the bowl and felt with the needle to secure into place. Now add a block of green onto the bottom third of the bowl as you did before with the lilac. To create a definitive skyline, use the very tip of the felting needle to puncture through the top of the green, creating a clear line. To make sure the green felt covers the bottom of the bowl, take a small section of the green wool and coil it around on itself. Then place it onto the bottom of the bowl. Use your felting needle to secure all the green into place so it's solid. We'll add more wispy clouds into the skyline. Add a tiny amount of the green wool, teased out so it's very hazy, then needle felt into place. Finally add some white to the skyline, teasing out a small section, then choosing how you want to place it, and needle felt to secure. Once you've finished needle felting, carefully remove the egg from the bowl. You may need to twist the egg very gently to help ease it out. Inside your bowl you might find some small pieces of polystyrene left from the egg. Pick these out with your fingertips. Cut off about 60 centimetres of the embroidery thread. Your embroidery thread has 6 strands. Separate out 2 of them one by one, then join them back together and thread your needle. To sew the heather, start your first stitch on an angle in the green section. Let the tail of your first stitch be hidden in the green felt, then bring your needle back round again and through the exact same stitch. Do this once more, sewing back through the same stitch, but this time bring your needle out next to the first stitch. Your heather stitches won't touch each other, but sit diagonally next to each other to create the impression of the plant. Keep working up the row, sewing through each stitch twice to give a more heather-like texture. When you reach the top of the row, sew through the felt back to the bottom of the heather stalk and bring the needle out at the bottom. Trim the thread with scissors. Repeat your heather stitches around the bowl. We did a mixture of clusters of 1, 2 and 3 stalks together. Finally, to get a nice even top to your bowl, turn it over so it's face down and gently rub it in a circular motion on your tabletop. Well done, your felt bowl is complete. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, please subscribe to our channel or subscribe to our newsletter. And if you'd like the full step-by-step photo instructions for this tutorial, you'll find the link to our Etsy shop just below. Thanks. Bye.